Welcome back, Tribe. Have one here that might piss some people off. It's the first time seeing this channel. Somebody emailed me this stuff, but my wife had an affair with my best man. And the first comment says, leave her. If you can't trust her, you don't have a marriage. So is this guy still with his woman after this happens? Here we go. What in the world?
What's up, Daniel?
How you doing, Dr. John?
Rocking on, brother. What's up with you?
Oh, another day, man. Trying to get by.
Not happy. Jesus.
You can do better. You can do better than that, dude.
I know.
What's up?
My question would be, how do I forgive and move forward after my wife and one of my best friends had over a year-long affair behind my back? And
Whoa,
the second part of that is it even possible
Are you kidding
for me to move forward?
Tell me about it.
Bro, and it says, I found out my wife had an affair with my best friend / boss. Are you kidding me? How is this guy even entertaining the idea of somehow forgiving her for that? Bro, can you imagine your woman being pile drivered by your boss / best friend? You call this your best friend still. It's not even former best friend, my best friend. And my boss. What a compromising position to be in. Year-long affair, not accidental in any way whatsoever. Not drunk, not a one-night thing, not was under the influence of. It was deliberate, year-long affair. Year-long is just what he knows about. Imagine being disrespected day in and day out, coming home. Hi, baby, I love you. Good morning, beautiful. Day in and day out. And she's sucking off your best friend, taking loads to the face, taking loads all over your bed. When the boss is taking the day off and you're busy at work making him money, he's railing your wife. Wow.
Well, feel free to stop or interrupt me because there's so much that goes into this. I can get ranting, but
do this for me. Because
long story short.
Hold on. Based on what you just said, I'm all about the rant. I get it. I want to rant for you.
Okay.
It's easy to get dragged down in the mud on these deals. I want you to practice just with me, staying above it and looking down as far as you can on it. Okay.
Okay.
Give me the high level. And this isn't for like good radio. This is for you to be able to begin to talk about this without getting dragged underwater by it. Because every time you go underwater, you get emotional, you act crazy. Either I'm going to let her back in or she's never coming back or my friend. Let's practice staying way up here on this one.
Okay.
So tell me what happened.
Good way to try to be objective.
In as few sentences as you can.
Okay. Last August, I got on her laptop and found that she had been on a paternity test website. Our daughter just turned 1. Had been on a paternity test website and questioned her about it and ended up finding out it was one of my best friends who was also my boss.
Whoa!
He was in our wedding. I left my previous job for him.
What do you do?
That job that I'm a firefighter.
Does that guy still have his job?
Let's just say he left.
Good.
After that.
The research is pretty clear that somebody that cheats on their wife, lacks that type of integrity at home, also lacks that type of integrity at work.
Yeah, and this is an ongoing thing for him.
Yeah, and you're a firefighter. I don't want a piece of crap like that out making sure my community is safe because that sucker's going to cut corners and some innocent bystander's going to die because that person lacks the deepest roots of character.
Bro, I could not imagine. You got down on one knee, all the happy memories, all the I love yous, the butterflies in your heart, in your stomach. You get on your wife's laptop because you're already feeling something's off. Acting weird, sex is either dried up or completely different, it's turned off by you in some way. You're thinking, what the hell is going on? You're a firefighter busting your ass, risking your life for the community. You're a good man. You got a decent career. Not decent, an incredible career. You sacrifice your well-being for the community. A1 material dude. And you open up the laptop and it's your woman looking up a paternity test because she might be pregnant with your best friend's child. And you have a 1-year-old. When the affair started and lasted a whole year already. Wow, what's the timeline on this looking like?
You're 100% right.
Good, man. I hope that dude's like grooming dogs or something right now where he can't hurt anybody. All right, so
the hard part about that too was we actually found out she was pregnant a few months before we got married. We were already engaged. It just kind of happened.
It didn't just kind of happen.
Do that. Well, we know how it happened.
Yeah, I was gonna say oh my gosh. No, we know how it happened. All right, so she had a bad reaction. What does that mean?
Well, so she's always had. We've been together. We're high school sweethearts. She's always had really strong Christian values, and
Yo, high school sweetheart, strong Christian values does this. Strong Christian values does this? Look how much these vows mean to a strong Christian woman when you get married. That's why I tell you guys, getting married in the West, fucking ridiculous. Especially that she could use, dude, who knows what is he trapped in this marriage? Can he get out? How much money is it going to cost him? How much assets does he have to lose? Can he withstand the pressures of going to court and paying child support because of her indiscretions? Is he on the hook for child support? Is that kid even his? What is we have to hear?
Out of nowhere, the night we found out, they flipped like 8 months before our wedding, and it was really bizarre, and I didn't understand why. Like, she wanted to start using things like, I'm going to do what I want to do, like comments like that, like regardless of what I think. And so when she found out she was pregnant, she had told me she wanted an abortion, and it was really hard on me, obviously, of trying to be like, please, don't do this. Like, this is our baby. Like, you will regret it.
Strong Christian woman values immediately goes for the abortion, not because it's unhealthy or whatever, but because it literally will remind her of her indiscretions for the rest of her life. What?
Is that because she thought it was somebody else's baby?
Yes.
Yeah, which I didn't know, and she didn't tell me.
Okay.
So that was before our wedding. He was in our wedding. She had started the affair with him, and I didn't find out until over a year later, and had continued every now and then with him through then.
How long have you been married?
A year and a half.
How old are you?
I'll be 25 in a few months.
Yeah. This girl broke your heart, man.
Bro, she is a wench.
Yeah.
Straight to hell.
And she gave you the best thing of all time, too, at the same time. That little kid, right?
Yeah.
That messes with your mind up, right?
Is that his, though?
Bad.
I'm sorry, man.
Is it confirmed his, guys? I didn't hear that part.
The only way that this marriage can survive, can it? Yes, it can. Is it going to be hard? Yeah. You're a firefighter. You're not scared of hard things. The only way it survives is...
What's crazy is that I don't know if he said that was his daughter or not, or the paternity test confirmed if he even got it to confirm that kid's his or not, but I don't think this is the guy that would want to know. I don't know if he checked, because he still wants to be married to her after she did that for a year, which lends me to believe like he doesn't want to know. He's just treating that as his daughter. Wow.
Y'all completely control alt delete everything you knew about your marriage, and you start completely over. And both of y'all are all in. And what does that mean? The fact that you called and said, I looked at her laptop. My wife and I just have laptops. Several, actually. I guess she has her phone and my phone, but we both know the codes to each other. Like, it starts there.
Yeah.
You don't have secret stuff, and I don't have secret stuff. We're just going to build a unified structure here. Right? You wouldn't put up with that kind of logic in the firehouse, right? You wouldn't have like, I'm just going to prep this however I want. You can't, because someone will die. Same applies in your marriage. Would she do that?
You mean, would she be willing to
Control Alt Delete, start over, open up finances, share finances, open up electronics, cut off all contact with other people, and just go fully in, us two, ride or die, building a marriage?
No, dude, you don't understand like the dynamics that were going on in the background. This is why she was telling him, I'm a boss, babe. I don't want to listen to you and do what you say. The respect is gone. The love has evaporated. She's simply in this relationship because look at him, dude. He's a beta Bob that's willing to stay after getting cheated on. This guy's the paycheck she set up, and she was smashing the boss on the side, exhilarating emotions and feelings, getting her guts rearranged for day in and day out for a year. This isn't like something they had a fight and it was a one-time thing and whatever bullshit you want to rationalize that it was like a one-time thing and the guy stays in the relationship and God knows what, or he cheated and she got back at him. No, this was premeditated, like constantly, 1 year. Dude, a woman cannot see another man like that unless she's in love with the guy. Unless she would want to monkey branch. She got pregnant. They're having unprotected sex. The guy was busting in her. This is over, my friend. That's not the question you need to ask. God damn. Dude, this is one of the most brutal ones. This makes me mad.
Marriage that will last forever.
Well, I mean, to add the other extra layer to this situation, so that was like the night that I found out, I went up to the firehouse. Me and him worked different shifts, and I confronted him. And then I came back, and the first thing I said was, here's what I need if we're going to fix this. And that was one of the things. And she genuinely tried for a few weeks, and then it just stopped. And
this is what I told you. She was just doing enough to supplicate to get him to shut up and move on. And this is how much respect she had for him. She could only play guilty for 2 weeks for him and then reverted back to her normal mean of don't really give a shit about this guy and whatever. I'll treat him like crap. I don't respect him. I don't love him. Wow, dude. This one's bad. Guys, this is a learning lesson for you. If you're in any relationship like this, you have to get rid of the sunk cost fallacy. It will destroy you. The moment an indiscretion like this happens, you it's been decided for you. Forget your emotions, forget the assets, forget everything. It has been decided. You have to separate. Wow.
And I will say, like, I'm a pursuer, and she's like definitely a withdrawer. Like, she shuts down. And so she shut down, and that lasted until the end of December, and we separated.
Okay.
But this is, you know, I when we separated, it's with the hope that like maybe something will change and get better. And I do see flashes of that at times. And then there's really high highs, really high lows. I grew up with a mom with BPD, and I see a lot of the similar traits in her. And I genuinely believe that like a lot of this is caused by the mental illness. And my vows meant something to me. And
she broke your vows,
regardless
brother.
of what she
Hold on.
did.
She broke your vows. I know your vows meant something to you, but she broke them. You're hanging onto a ski rope, and she cut the rope, dude. And you're still trying to ski, and you're bobbing in the middle of the water, and the boat is gone. So
I'm just hanging on to something that I wish was there.
That's exactly right. That's when I tell you got to build something new. You got to build something completely new. I don't care if I'm a withdrawer, I'm a pursuer. Dude, my marriage is about over. I'll do whatever I have to do.
Yeah.
If it's uncomfortable, I don't care, right? So it's like, I'm just going to do my withdrawal game. No, dude, we don't have time for game. You're about to be a single mom, and I'm about to be a single dad. And I don't want that for us. I don't want that for my baby. But yes, you are holding on to something that no longer exists. The question is not, can you get it back? You cannot. It is over. The question is, can y'all build something new? And I think you can, but it takes both of you.
No.
And she goes through one day, she doesn't think there's a chance that she would ever want to be with me again. And then the next, she acts completely otherwise.
You lost your woman, and it's only a matter of time before another guy like the boss comes around when she's starting to get bored of the consistency of safe and secure because maybe she has BPD, maybe she has other issues internally stemming from childhood trauma or insecurities, and it will always come out and lash out against you. She's already done it once and done it for a year. That you know of. That's just what was trickle truth because you caught her in the act. We don't know the full story. And she will do it again. There could be other guys already, and she's just being sneakier about it. I'm not trying to be like pessimistic and super negative, but bro, this is a red line. You do not try to make it work. It's not the same. Women need to understand, men need to understand. If you cheat on your girl, if a man is the one cheating, he can truly have like paying for a prostitute. You don't even know her name. You smash to get a nut off, and then you go back to your loving wife. Men can explain why that is possible because it's just a physical release. But women can't have sex with just physical release. They want to know the guy and how funny he is and how he makes them feel inside and tingling. And, he's got to have all these other attributes, and she has to see something, a potential in him in order to want to submit to him in the bedroom. It's not like she looked at him and like, yeah, big muscle, six pack, please have sex with me. It's like she's already in her head conjuring up like a Disney happily ever after. That is why within a few months of their marriage, of her cheating, she immediately flipped it on him like, don't respect you anymore. I do what I want, all this stuff. Bro, it's gone and you're never getting it back.
All right, here's what I'm going to tell you. You have self-diagnosed her, and you are looking at her through a lens of some sort of mental health diagnostic. Don't do that to her. It's not fair.
She could just be a piece of shit.
What you have to do is to ask yourself, because here's what it does. It also gives you a pass. It helps you not look at reality.
Yep.
And you've probably heard me say this a million times on the show. If behavior is a language, what is she telling you? I don't want to be with you.
Yeah.
Occasionally I'll hook up with you. Occasionally when we come see the baby or when she comes to visit the baby or you go to visit the kid, y'all have some laughs. You grab a drink. Maybe she's made dinner and it just feels like it would feel good, but it's not real. Is that true or false? Tell me if I'm wrong, man. I'd love to be wrong here.
Very true.
The only thing I think left to do is to sit down and say, I need us to be adults and let's say we're going to go all in. And I have done my work to say, here's what all in means, or let's call it.
Call it always. You have to.
Because right now you're both drunk.
You can only keep the facade up for so long. Just like when he comes over and she pretends to play house and everything's happy for the kid, or just to, reel him in with any sort of resemblance of normal. It's an act. She does not love this guy. It doesn't come from the heart. It comes from a greedy place of extracting whatever value she still can from him by leading him on with what could be. It's the hope she's reeling in front of him. Damn, man, that sucks.
Drowning in the maybe. And maybe there needs to be some just gray mush for a while, but it doesn't seem to be effective. That's why I like separations, like to have a date and a time and a location where we're going to reconnect, what we're going to talk about when we get there. Like that separation's got a purpose, and that's just to let the fire burn out in the house because things got too hot.
Yeah, and it's been 4 months.
Has she seen somebody else that you know of?
I asked her yesterday. She says no, but
you can't believe that. Again, yeah.
No, I don't trust her.
Yeah.
So
Did she go see somebody with you?
So we went we went to counseling. She actually, like the day after I found out, scheduled us an appointment with a lady, and we went together like 3 times, and this lady and I kind of butted heads. It was a lot of
Your fault.
like I would make the comment of how like I felt if I can't be.
Most marriage counselors absolutely will fail your marriage. I mean, most people that go to a marriage counselor have an irreparable marriage. Just letting you know that if you're at the marriage counselor stage, you're about to burn a lot of money for a lot of nothing with a female counselor, most likely, that'll take her side and let her be the victim and say how she felt invisible and how you didn't make her feel wanted and a whole bunch of bullshit, bro. And they're just going to give you exercises that makes you feel like you're the bad guy and you solved fucking nothing. Accountability, 0. Marriage counselors are a joke.
If I can't trust her with her phone, as far as if I just asked to do something on it and she was very skittish about it, pretty much the counselor told me that I have no right to even ask that. And
It's
that
nonsense.
Nonsense.
Never walk in that lady's office again. Bull crap.
Well, I stopped from pretty much the 3rd or 4th appointment. She said we should want to start doing separate, and I didn't do that with her.
That's absolutely nonsensical.
She still goes to her, but I feel like the lady almost justifies it.
Of course,
I don't think it's doing more harm than good.
Yep.
Here's the deal. You're spending a lot of time in your wife's head, and you're making up stories about why she's doing something, what it's doing, how it's. I wouldn't do that. Judge the actual action in front of you. Okay.
Talk is cheap.
Doesn't matter what she's doing. Doesn't matter where she's like all like.
That's why they tell you, watch what they do, not what they say. Always keep that in mind, bro, because they are able, little sirens will sing the sweet nothings, gaslight, get you to convince yourself, like, damn, am I crazy? I must be out of my mind. What the hell's wrong with me? No. Pay attention to what they do. Actions over everything.
For us to stay together, I need you to be completely open with electronic. If that's not something you can do, then that's cool. I'm out.
It's not. She's told me it's not.
Yeah.
Boy, shit, bro, come on. You're way past the point.
I think I'm just scared because I grew up, my parents divorced when I was early into my teenage years, and I had a really bad reaction to it and grew up, I'll never do that to my child. And
you see, and that's his trauma. That's how he bonds. That this guy would have made an incredible person for somebody that would have actually took their vows seriously. He would have been a ride or die for life. This guy would have never cheated. None of that shit. Do you see? He has trauma stemming from a divorce from his childhood, and he vowed to never make it happen in his life so that his kid doesn't grow up that way. If he had met an actual decent woman, that woman would have been happy, over the mood. She would never have to worry about anything with this guy because he has trauma that turns him into a good person. This is why I tell you guys about these like project chicks. There's some people that are broken that have been through trauma, but they can come out the other end and be the absolute best partners for you. It's just extremely hard to find one that's like him in a woman. Most people take their trauma and let it eat at them and indulge in negative behaviors. This guy was indulging in positive behaviors. It's like that story of the 2 brothers growing up with the alcoholic father in an abusive household, and how one brother ends up just like the father, abusive alcoholic, and then one brother never touches a drop of alcohol. It's just exactly that. The dichotomy of how you deal with and come out the other end of your trauma. Not all trauma is like a positive force in people's lives. Unfortunately, it's mostly negative, and that's why we consider it a red flag. But that's one of those special potential big green flags, because this person has something emotionally deep within them that would make them be a good partner in a marriage like this. Like this guy, he's willing to overlook being cheated on for a year with a best friend, with a boss, with all this shit that any normal person would have been like, bro, you got to cut loose and run. He did the whole therapy thing. She doesn't even want to share cell phones. He's still here. I mean, it's going to take a lot for this guy to leave just from the guilt of having been raised in a household where his parents divorced and how it made him feel.
So 2 things. You got to forgive yourself. You made yourself a promise that you didn't realize at a young age that takes 2. And it sounds like you've worked your butt off to hold up your end of that rope that somebody else cut. And so go back and forgive your 13-year-old self for being so pissed off at your parents because you don't really know what happened. You kind of do, but probably not. And give yourself some grace, man. You went all into the ring to fight that guy as hard as you could. You just didn't know the person that was supposed to fight with you was going to cut your knees out from under you. You got to give yourself some grace on that. And part 2 is be the best damn dad that ever existed to that little kid.
She's my everything.
I know she is. My daughter's mine too.
It made it 10 times harder to even deal with what she did because for 4 months I didn't even know she was mine until the results came in.
I know.
Damn. There we go.
And she'll always be your baby girl. And we're not going to talk bad about mom because she's also half mom too.
Yeah.
And we're going to love that little girl. She's not going to know a day in her life that daddy's not telling her that she loves her. And if some crappy stepdad comes in the picture, your dad's going to be right there. And if Mom's not okay. Dad's going to step in. And if dad's got to go to court and get everything sorted out, which you're going to need to do, then we're going to go get things done. But we're going to take care of that baby girl. Is that cool?
Yeah.
I hate this for you, man. Sounds like you tried to do right. I'm sorry.
What sucks about trauma like this, or people that are broken the way he is, he's broken in a good way for a relationship because of what happened to him. Unfortunately, he's never going to be able to heal from this again. That was ripping the Band-Aid off such a deep wound for somebody that they will never trust anybody ever again. She essentially ruined him for the next woman, if there will even be another woman. His heart is forever closed now. Damn.
It's been 7-8 months now of just trying.
That's heartbreak, dude. That's grief. That's deep grief, man. This anger that's raised, and it's all good. It's all right. And then the question is, what are you going to do next?
He knows what he has to do.
I think the conversation needs to be, I'll say this. There was a little bit of conflict between the two of us yesterday, and she said, that she doesn't want to be with me, and if that were to change, it wouldn't be for a long time.
Cool.
There you go.
You need to have the courage to hear her words.
Yes,
and then go do what you got to do. You need to go to the courthouse. You need to get an attorney. You need to go do the next right thing.
I just feel like I'd be losing my daughter, too.
No, you won't be.
Good. Depends how the mother gets in her.
Because she makes it very difficult for me already.
I know. And that's what a court order can help with.
Shit.
At least it'll clarify that half.
You see the fear of him losing his daughter? That she's weaponizing the kid? That she's already making it difficult for him? And he's being strung along in this broken marriage just so he doesn't lose his daughter? So he's supplicating to this woman that's cheating on him. And by the way, going back to the whole, has she seen anybody in the last 4 months? Telling him, I don't care about being together anymore, and probably not for a long time, answers that question.
Time, or 3/4 time, or whatever, non-shift time. But you're trying to hold together a fantasy, brother, then that it's gone. It's a ghost. And that's that angst, that I'll say this in a harsh way. You've already lost your daughter. Your daughter right now is tangled up in like an electric fence of chaos and tension. And I don't know who's what and where. And that's my daddy, but he doesn't live here. That's my mommy. She doesn't live here. I hate this for you, man. But it's time. You need to call an attorney and find yourself a therapist that isn't delusional.
A male therapist.
So ridiculous. Sorry, man. And begin taking the next step towards what comes next.
I have to see the comments. There's no way. He took her out of the gutter, but she got homesick. You can't fight for your marriage if you're the only one fighting. This was my exact situation 37 years ago. You'll heal and life will go on. I've been happily remarried for 34 years now to the most wonderful woman. Yeah, but you might not be carrying his trauma from childhood. As John says, he never recommends divorce unless someone is unsafe. It's a shame he doesn't consider emotional abuse to be in this same category. There's no chance this man is safe in his marriage. And with this kind of deceit that she has, that she would have never told him about had he not found out, it is dangerous for him to continue with someone of this little integrity. No one else is saying that's actually kind of wild that he's even considering marriage surviving. Like, really, it's insane. Yeah. And someone else quoting that she has really strong Christian values. Now, I think that's you projecting out your Christian values onto her. Wow. Be safe out there, boys. Don't drop on one knee for just anybody. Vet them for their lives. Vet. Even if it takes you a couple of years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, it doesn't matter. If you can't wholeheartedly answer the question in your heart, is this a decent human being? Would this make a great mother for my children? Are there any potential red flags I may not have seen? Do not drop down on one knee. That's just your relationship. Part 2, understand the state you're getting married into, prenups, what the law will do against you. Should it fail, what potentially will come up? All your assets being lost, your retirement being lost, losing access to your children, potentially them being weaponized against you. It's absolute horseshit to be married in the West. Feel bad for this dude, and hopefully he can serve as a lesson for some people. We're going to do a lot more episodes like this because I love the realness of these. Had me thinking of doing calls like this in private consults, but we'll see you on the next one.